Let me welcome everyone for coming out to this great kickoff event. Mayor Lee, Supervisor Chiu, distinguished guests from the community, the city family, all of us coming together. Last year, we held a pilot project here on Stockton Street to help the merchants and support the merchants in selling their merchandise. We were very successful. We got a lot of great feedback from the pilot, and so this year again, we are doing the second year of the pilot. All the agencies and the community and the merchants, we got together and talked about how we can do better. And without further delay, I will ask our mayor to come and say a few words, who is a big supporter of this project. Mayor Lee.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. Thanks, Mo. Well, I'm very happy to be here. I know, is this okay? All right. Oh, you don't have to. All right, all right.
Okay.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year. Gong hei fa choi to everyone. This is what I'm looking forward to every year, and I know Pius and Benny and the Stockton Street merchants and the residents of San Francisco, all the small businesses are also excited. And a year ago, Board President, Supervisor David Chiu and I, along with members of the community, discussed how we can continue the economic vitality of the city. And clearly we registered our big support for small businesses. And I wanted to make sure that every neighborhood in the city has a chance of cultural celebrations in this town. And when it comes to Chinese New Year's, there's a huge celebration in Chinatown. As you know, we're a huge destiny for a lot of visitors. Beyond just Chinese Americans, a lot of people come to Chinatown to celebrate Chinese New Year's. And so we wanted to take advantage that as people come here, we wanted to help our small businesses with offering some additional space for them, but also make it even safer for our pedestrians. Because if you have ever observed Chinatown during the Chinese New Year's, and David and I have been quite specific observers about this, you'll see families and kids walking to the street in the middle of big buses and cars come in, and we didn't want that to happen. We didn't want anybody's safety to be compromised as we celebrate this New Year's, because that would obviously be a hindrance, a serious hindrance. And so our Public Health Director, Barbara Garcia, our MTA Director, Ed Riskin, Public Works, our agencies, our Ecology, who is our waste management, our police department, we've all gotten together to say, how can we do this smarter with our small businesses, our Chinese Chamber, our Stockton Street Merchants Association, our family associations? How could we all work together to make this a safer experience for everybody? And we came up with the idea that maybe we could simply expand the sidewalk by allowing everybody to use the sidewalk properly, but that the storefronts could have some additional space to offer their goods when the Chinese New Year's is happening and when people are wanting to buy all the things they want to do to celebrate the New Year's, and to come down here and be safe. So this pedestrian expansion of our sidewalks was the idea that came forward. We piloted last year, as Mohammed explained, and thanks to DPW's great work, the pilot was successful. It was successful all around, particularly with our small business, particularly with our Chinatown Youth Center and the people that are here to protect pedestrians, make sure their experience is happening. All the agencies got back in a very enthusiastic way to say we can do it even better this year and get everybody's involvement. So it isn't just the pressure on the police department that says that we got to be safe. It is everybody working together on the front end to produce an experience that's positive for everyone. So I want to thank Supervisor Chiu. I want to thank him for his leadership, and also the leadership of our Stockton Street Merchants Association that is looking excitedly. They get a little bump when we do expand this ability. They get a little economic bump. That was the year of the dragon, that we wanted to do something bold. The year of the serpent is like the mini dragon. It is there to also continue that great experience, but to also make sure that we're safe for everyone. And so I want to register that we're going to do this again beginning this Saturday. It'll go for a couple of weeks before the actual start of Chinese New Year's, which is February 10th. But that leading up to it, all the merchants, and particularly the small businesses along Stockton Street, will get that economic bump as we work with Chinatown Youth Center and all the wonderful nonprofits to keep everybody safe on our sidewalks and have that positive experience. This is a great time for the city to celebrate. And of course, we'll be there from February 10th, leading up to, of course, the great parade that we have that invites thousands of people here. And I know the Merchants Association, the neighborhood associations, the Chamber of Commerce all see this as a positive way to celebrate our New Year's and get everybody involved in a positive way. So I'm here with all the different agencies, our Bonnier, Parking and Traffic, to Mohammed and his wonderful staff, working with our police department, working with SFMTA, our ecology, the private sector as well. And we're already looking at even better practices of picking up the garbage earlier, getting the streets cleaner, and making sure that we do everything to celebrate positively. Everybody clean their house before Chinese New Year's. Get rid of all the bad stuff that happened last year. Bring in the new spirit. This is the way to do it as we celebrate. And you know, I am looking forward to not only a great New Year's celebration, but something along the lines of some local football team that we want to celebrate as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Lee. And like Mayor said, when we work here in Chinatown or in District 3, there's someone that's always there with us, whether it's the Broadway streetscape improvement or the many projects that go on Polk Street or all around the neighborhood. Please, asking Supervisor David Chiu to come and say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year and a very happy year of the Mini Dragon. I want to thank the Chinese community for coming together for today's announcement, as well as for members of the honorary Chinese community, Mohammed, John, and others. This is a conversation that did start, as I recall, in one of the very first meetings that I had with Mayor Lee when he was elected last year. We were talking about how do we ensure that the oldest, historic, and most amazing Chinatown community in the country continues to offer a Chinese New Year experience that is authentic, that really reflects the vibrancy, the energy of our merchant community as well as our local community. And I want to thank our city departments last year for working together for a great pilot program. We learned a lot. We hope to build on that, but a special thanks to Mohammed Nuru and his crew from DPW. I also want to thank our San Francisco Police Department and our Department of Public Health for making sure that our pedestrians are safe. Of course, our private sector partners from ecology, all of us who have come together. And of course, I have to thank the incredible diversity of our merchant community. Benny, Pius, all of you who represent the many merchants that are here. We have to make sure that as our economy continues to recover, all of our merchants are doing well and thriving. And this is exactly the type of idea that will ensure that. I also want to thank the folks who represent our residents who are here. We need to make sure that we are creating not just a vibrant marketplace and a vibrant community, but we want to make sure that pedestrian safety remains first and foremost. And so we want to remind folks that in the Northeast neighborhoods in recent years, our pedestrian accident rates are still much higher than they need to be. And so we will need to make sure that as we move forward with this program, that everyone is safe, that our merchants are displaying their wares in a careful way, that leave room for people to walk on the sidewalks and leave room for all of the different transit vehicles to get through. So thank you so much for being here. Gong hei fat choi.
Thank you, Supervisor Chiu. And you heard from the Mayor and Supervisor Chiu, one of the major concerns is pedestrian safety. And our partner agency, San Francisco Police Department, has assured us again they will be here and work with everyone and make sure that everything's safe. Let me ask Captain Tom Garrett to come to the mic and say a few words. Garrett, Tom.
Thank you, Mohammed. I just want to wish everyone a very happy, safe, and prosperous New Year. As the New Year's coming, we look forward to this Stockton Street market. a big concern is pedestrian safety, as the mayor and the supervisor has said. We want all the pedestrians to stay within the sidewalk. We'll have it barricaded off so no one gets into an accident. We also, since this fair will bring in lots of business and lots of people, we want people to be aware of their surroundings, be aware of pickpockets, put your wallets in your front pocket, and just have a safe and very prosperous New Year's. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, as many of you know, Stockton Street Corridor has got a lot of merchants, and many of them sell food merchandise, and enforcing compliance and making sure that business goes well. I'm going to ask Dr. Garcia to come up and say a few words.
Put it down. Happy New Year. The Department of Public Health, and you've heard pedestrian safety about 3 or 4 times again today, and I will say it again, pedestrian safety is one of our major goals in the Health Department, along with food safety. And so our Environmental Health Department and our other prevention areas have been working very closely with this project. We believe pedestrian safety is of utmost importance, but we also believe that the safety of the food that people will be selling is also important to us, and we will be working closely with the merchants to ensure that they also follow the local laws and the state laws around this issue. Expanding the sidewalks and allowing for the merchants to sell their important goods is such an important process to bring those two together. But we also were looking at the bicyclists and the pedestrians and the walkers and the people using transit to ensure that they had safe passage throughout this New Year's celebration. So we look forward to continuing to work with the merchants, and I want to thank them specifically in terms of bringing this idea forward and working with the city departments to ensure that we have a wonderful New Year's in Chinatown. Thank you so much.
All right. And Stockton Corridor, major bus corridor, a major work that needs to make sure that our buses flow smoothly and that our buses run on time and get to their various destinations. A huge partner of us, MTA, Ed Riskin is not here, but Bond Yi, who is very familiar with Stockton Street, along with his team of enforcement officers, will be here as they did last year. Bond, would you come up and say a few words, please?
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of all my colleagues at the SFMTA, we are very pleased to be part again this pilot, and I have every confidence that it's going to be successful just like last year. But for that to happen, we need the cooperation of everyone, pedestrians, merchants, the motorists, and everyone else who use the street. So looking forward to another successful 2 weeks. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Bond. And as you heard, it is a huge partnership. On Stockton Street, there are many, many merchants, but representing the merchant group and someone that we have worked with all the details, making sure that the barricades are going to be in the correct space, making sure that all the merchants understand what the rules are, making sure that everyone knows how things are going to work, if there's complaints, who to go to. Our partner in the community, Pius Lee. Pius, please say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you. Mayor Edwin Lee, Honorable David Chiu, President of Board of Supervisors, DPW Director Mohammed Lulu. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Chinatown Neighborhood Association and merchants on Stockton Street, we want to thank you their support, and also especially our Commissioner Benny Yi, Ms. Rosebeth, Chinese Chamber of Commerce, Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association, Wang Zhongdong is here, and Chinese American Association of Commerce, and Chinatown Merchant Association for their understanding, cooperation, and joint effort to help the Chinese community continue a long-standing cultural traditional program, the Chinatown Sidewalk Merchant Display Program from January 26 through February 9. As you may know that it is the Chinese tradition and custom throughout the world. Merchants would close their business for the first 7 days to celebrate the Chinese New Year. And that is why Mayor Lee announced today the Sidewalk Merchant Day program is for the Chinese in the Bay Area to come to Chinatown to buy enough Chinese food to prepare for the Chinese New Year for the family party. Under the leadership of our director, Mohammed Lulu, all the merchants have been well instructed on how to comply with all the sidewalk rules. During last year's pilot program, we had experienced some problem, but now we are confident that we will do a much better job this year, and I can guarantee you, Mr. Mayor, our supervisor, director, will do a much better job. Thank you for all your help. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Pius. As Pius said, we learn and then we do better, and we're looking forward to continuing this program. So we'll be learning again from this Saturday as we go for the second year of the pilot. I'm going to ask Henry Low from the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association to come up and say a few words. He's very close with the merchants, and he's also been a major partner in this project. Henry.
Gong Hei Fa Choi. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm so happy to be here, with every one of you here. And it's, I've been in Chinatown for a long time, and I never feel, so organized, to prepare a new year, But this year, everything seems to be different, and everything seems to be, more prepared, more orderly fashion. So with that, I think, this year, the new year will be much more progress, and hopefully everything will go well, Thank you very much.
Okay, so all the details you have, this Saturday, the crews will be out setting up, and for the next few weeks leading to Chinese New Year, we'll be able to sell merchandise, come out, buy merchandise, support the merchants. It's a great time to bring the family out. It's a great time to enjoy. Gong Hui Fa Choi. Please have a great Happy New Year. Thank you.